Imagine you are sitting in a dimly lit room at 11:42 p.m. The rest of the house is quiet, and the only light comes from the blue glow of your laptop screen. You are looking at a pair of noise-cancelling headphones you have wanted for months. You are about to close the tab and go to sleep when you see it. Right above the Add to Cart button, a small pulsing red box appears. It says, "Only 2 left in stock. Order soon." Suddenly, your heart rate spikes. Your palms get a little sweaty. The rational part of your brain that was meticulously calculating your monthly budget is suddenly drowned out by a screaming siren of biological panic. You reach for your wallet, type in the numbers with trembling fingers, and hit buy. You feel a wave of relief, like you just escaped a predator. But the reality is that the only thing you were being hunted by was a single line of JavaScript code. The "only 2 left" notification is almost never an honest update from a physical warehouse. It is a psychological weapon, a precision-engineered tool designed to trigger the most primitive part of your biology, the fear of missing out. This is not just clever marketing, it is a trillion-dollar industry of artificial urgency designed to dismantle your ability to make rational financial decisions. To understand why this works, we have to travel back 50,000 years. For most of human history, scarcity was a real physical threat. If there were only 2 pieces of fruit left on a bush and you did not grab one immediately, you did not eat. We are the descendants of the people who saw a dwindling resource and moved with lightning speed. This left us with a neurological hardwiring that associates scarcity with survival. When we see something in short supply, our brain's amygdala, the center of fear, takes over. In that moment, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic and budgeting, gets sidelined. You are no longer shopping in a modern economy, you are surviving in a prehistoric jungle. Modern e-commerce platforms have turned this survival instinct into a profit machine through loss aversion. This is the psychological principle that the pain of losing something is twice as powerful as the joy of gaining it. When a website tells you there are only 2 items left, they are not offering you a product, they are threatening you with a loss. To your primitive brain, a $200 expense feels like a $400 loss if you miss the window. The clock on the screen is not counting down to the end of a sale. It is counting down to a perceived failure of your survival instincts. In our globalized supply chain, true scarcity for mass-produced goods is virtually non-existent. A multi-billion-dollar retailer does not have only 2 of a plastic spatula or a pair of socks. The "only 2 left" message is what developers call a dark pattern, a piece of design specifically intended to deceive you. Often, if you refresh the page or check back an hour later, that number will not have moved. Some sites even use random number generators to show a number between 1 and 5 to any user who stays on the page for more than 30 seconds. It has 0 connection to actual inventory. A study from Princeton University analyzed over 11,000 shopping websites and discovered that more than 1,200 of them utilized these deceptive patterns, including countdown timers that simply reset the moment they hit 0. The scarcity lie also relies on social proof. You have likely seen the pop-up that says 14 other people are looking at this hotel right now. This tells your brain that you are fighting other humans for a limited resource, turning a simple booking into a digital gladiator arena. You stop looking for a better price or reading negative reviews because you are in a defensive panic. The financial cost of this manufactured urgency is staggering. Research suggests that consumers who feel urged by scarcity spend an average of 15% to 25% more than they would in a neutral environment. If you spend $5,000 a year online, that scarcity tax is costing you over $1,000 every single year. Over a decade, that is $10,000 of your hard-earned money gone. Not because products were expensive, but because you were tricked into being in a hurry. To break the scarcity lie, you must first recognize the urgency trigger. The moment you feel that spike in your heart rate, you need to stop. That physical sensation is your tell. It is proof that you are being manipulated. Real, life-changing opportunities almost never come with a 10-minute countdown timer. You should also use the Incognito Test. If you see an "only one left" warning, open that page in an incognito window. Often, the scarcity magically disappears. Websites use cookies to track your behavior. If they know you have looked at an item 3 times, they will trigger the scarcity code specifically for you to force the sale. Finally, you must learn to embrace the sold out outcome. Tell yourself that if it sells out, it simply was not meant for you. By accepting the possibility of losing the item, you move your brain back into the prefrontal cortex where logic resides. Keeping your $150 in your bank account is a much bigger win than owning a slightly rare gadget. When you stop fearing the sold out sign, you become a consumer that cannot be bullied by code. We live in a world that wants us in a constant state of micro-panic. But the truth is, the most valuable thing you have is your rational choice. The next time you see red text telling you to hurry, take a deep breath. Count to 10. Close the tab. Realize that "only 2 left" is not an invitation to shop. It is a challenge to your intelligence. The only thing truly in short supply is the time you spent working for that money. Don't let a line of code trick you into throwing it away.